Hi there, and welcome to Monday Marketing with Suzanne. This week, I am sharing the second in my new series, What to Prioritize When You Don't Have Enough Clients. The second topic, I should say. I'm Suzanne Moore, and I help independent entrepreneurial women figure out what the 2 to 3 things are they really need to be focused on instead of feeling like they're playing a game of whack-a-mole with their to-do list, getting pulled in millions of directions. So this week, I'm going to talk about your elevator pitch, your 30-second message, your personal introduction, however you want to refer to it. So I want to share 3 things. First, why does it matter, right? Well, you should be out there networking, whether you're networking in person, which many of us are not around the country, although I'm hopeful that will start to happen more often. But you should be out there networking via Zoom in whatever way you can be, one-on-ones, outdoor coffee dates, and you want to be able to introduce yourself in a very tight time frame, especially because if you do go to networking events, often you're asked to do so in a specific amount of time. I personally believe that everyone should be able to introduce themselves in 30 seconds because when it gets longer than that, people lose interest in what you are saying, and we tend to ramble. So train yourself to 30 seconds. If you have longer at an event, then you can add more personal stuff. You can add a client testimonial, whatever the case may be, but be able to articulate who you are and what you do in 30 seconds. And you want to find a way to make it memorable because you're often doing this in a slew of a whole bunch of other people who are also introducing themselves. And if you're using the same words they are, it kind of all starts to sound like the same thing. And after a few introductions, people lose interest. So you want to make it somewhat memorable to you, right? The elements that you need in your 30-second message. So you need what you do, you need who you do it for, you need something that connects emotionally to those you would be working with, and also to those you'd be networking with. And you need your name and either your website or some other very easily remembered way to reach you, right? So for example, if you don't have a website yet, you could say, if I didn't have a website yet, I could say, you can find me on Facebook, Suzanne Tregenza Moore, right? Now, nobody would know how to spell Tregenza, but they'd figure it out. So what you do, who you do it for, something that connects emotionally, and your name and your website or the best way to reach you. Now, what's the most important thing about each one of these elements? So first, people care about what you do as it relates to them. And your potential referral partners care about what you do as it relates to others that you might be able to help, right? So that's why you need to share what you do, but you need to focus it in a way that connects with who you do it for and how it serves them or where the emotional connection is, right? The people you're speaking to need to very quickly recognize either themselves or others in what you are sharing, right? So, for example, in my 30-second message, where I say I help entrepreneurial women focus on the 2 to 3 things they need to do in order to bring in revenue rather than playing a game of whack-a-mole with their to-do lists, you will hear people complain about, oh, I just have such a long to-do list, it's such a long to-do list. But I have chosen that whack-a-mole image because people can see it, right? People who think visually really, like, people say to me, oh my gosh, Suzanne, every time you say that, I think of the game whack-a-mole, right? So I've gotten really good feedback on that being memorable and on it connecting with people emotionally. Um, and obviously, they need to know who you are and what you do, right? So it's not just about that emotional connection, but it's about the solution that you bring to people, right? I help women bring revenue into their businesses quickly, right? Um, so those are the things that I really wanted to share with you today. Um, I will say, I think the most important part of creating your elevator pitch is that it is memorable and that it is very concise, because you want it to be something that someone else can repeat on your behalf. Again, this goes to the whole idea of you're not just networking to meet the people who might hire you directly. You're really networking to meet the people who will refer clients to you. And when your potential referral partners can easily remember your elevator pitch and they can say it to someone else, oh my gosh, I know this gal who helps people stop playing whack-a-mole with their to-do lists, right? Um, it 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 serves you better. It carries the message beyond when you are standing there in front of people. Um, Now, in my membership group, the Client Conversion Club, I have a whole module on helping you get referrals from networking partners, and part of that is, really working on your elevator pitch. So I wanted to mention that if the Client Conversion Club is something that you'd like to check out, right now it's only $34 for 1 month or $79 for 3 months, and I will be raising the price in early May. It's not quite going to double, but it's going to increase significantly. And if you check it out now and you become a member, you have access to that module and several others on ideal client, content creation, strategic social media, building your email list, and developing a newsletter that people want to open. And then the next module I'll be sharing in early May is all about building your signature talk. So you could have access to all of that for $34, and then you could be grandfathered in at that price. So if you'd like to check that out, I would love to have you do so. You can find all the details at theclientconversionclub.com. Again, theclientconversionclub.com. And if you stopped by today and you saw this video, I would love for you to share some thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know what you thought. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week, and I will see you next Monday.